Good afternoon, Meramec Elementary. Hope everybody's had a fantastic weekend or a fantastic week and is ready for a great weekend. We got a lot of things that have been going on here at Meramec. I just wanted to provide a couple updates on some of what's been going on. I shared stuff with the gym last week, but I'm also going to talk a little bit about some of the work that our PTO has been doing with our Funds for Excellence, as well as kind of give us a preview of October now that we're here at the beginning. But really, where I wanted to start was I know last week we shared the message that we had some rain that came through and ended up being a lot of water that came into the gym floor that was a result of a faulty drain in the top of the roof. We've been working on getting that replaced. The gym floor has been removed. Right now it's drying out still as we're getting ready for the next phase, which would involve getting kind of fixing the drains in the roof, but also then getting a new gym floor laid back down. At the time, we're looking at least probably 6 weeks if everything goes well. Hopefully, it won't be much longer than that, as we know that by the time that's done, we're going to be really getting into cold, Thanksgiving time, holiday times, all those kinds of things. So fingers crossed that when there's considering it's not summer where there's a lot of projects that are being done, that we'll be able to stick to a pretty good timeline. We're feeling pretty confident that those things will be done on time. But so hopefully I'll be done in just about 6 weeks, and that'll be the extent of all we'll have to do. So I do want to say I appreciate everybody's flexibility. We've had to move some clubs around, some other different things that are taking place in the gym. I know Mrs. Shanker's working on a backup plan for what to do for our kindergarten performance that's here in a few weeks. So just know all those things are still in the works. But really, what I want to do is just take a second to highlight the fantastic teachers that we have here. Over the years, this is my 8th year here. Since I've been here, we've had everything from a fire that took place in our bathroom. We've been through a pandemic. We've had tornadoes that involved bringing other schools and other kids to our building, and now basically a flood inside the building that's requiring some changes. No matter what's been thrown at us, I've watched these teachers make incredible accommodations. Even, like I said, we had a fire in our bathroom several years ago, and one of the bathrooms, one of the heating units caught on fire. Wasn't real dangerous, lots more smoke than anything else. But at the time, kids were quick to get outside. It was in November. It was cold outside, but teachers were immediately grabbing coats. We had teachers who live in the neighborhood who were going home and grabbing blankets and coming and taking care of kids, and just doing those things on the spur of the moment to make a bad situation the best it possibly can be. And then we went into the pandemic. And at that time, as you guys know, everything shifted, everything changed. I watched teachers who immediately had to redo everything that they do in their classrooms onto a virtual format that wasn't anybody's favorite, including theirs. But to watch what they did to try again to do whatever they needed to do to make sure they're taking care of their kids and making sure that they're helping take care of any of the kids that are in our district. We're sharing things across buildings. We're doing all these things. So just, that was taking place there. And then last spring, on the back of that tornado that surprised everybody and was so devastating, to watch the way in which our school, our district kind of came together to take these kids in and continue that flexibility, just to do whatever needs to be done when there's not a whole lot of notice, and knowing that, you're gonna have to make some changes, but we gotta do it. And so again, I'm watching our two PE teachers, I'm watching our staff navigate around the gym, and without even thinking about just how integral a part that gym plays in so many different things that we do. But our PE teachers found out on one day, hey, we're going to have like 2 days before we're not going to have a gym for 6 weeks. They've immediately been able to come up with plans. Started off going out, and then we're on the blacktop. They're making that work. They're making all these adjustments and doing it. And honestly, it's not like they're not complaining. They're not feeling this. They're just getting the job done and taking care of the kids. That doesn't happen everywhere. So I just want to take a second and show that appreciation for our teachers, show that appreciation for the way in which they just step up and meet the needs, meet the challenges, no matter what's thrown at them, and even how short of a notice it can be. It's one of those things that we all just kind of have to make happen. And they really have been making this work. Could have been a better week. It's really hot outside. They're on the blacktop. It's all day long. It's warm. Sun's been out the whole week, which it's nice. It's great, except for when you're out there all day, and it's been in the high 80s. So we're looking for a little bit of a break in the weather, hopefully, to give them just a little bit more of that break. But I did just want to recognize the commitment, the dedication, the flexibility, and the professionalism in which they approach everything. And, if you guys have a minute and just want to share them a quick note or anything, and just let them know that you see it and you appreciate it, that would be very much appreciated by me as well. So thank you to everybody everybody who's kind of seen some of that already kind of reached out, but just wanted to kind of make sure I took a second to acknowledge that and recognize that. Uh, So next couple quick things. I know I'm a little longer here, but I wanted to make sure to take some time on that last part. I wanted to update everybody. We've been talking a little bit through our Funds for Excellence and the support of our PTO and all the work that our PTO does to support us. We've had finished our initial fundraising drive. We were just right around $15,000 that we were able to raise here in the beginning of the year, which is great. That's fantastic. We really greatly appreciate everybody who's already been able to make those contributions. Please know that if you haven't had a chance or it slipped your mind, we still will obviously still take that. But that initial fundraising drive was a big success, big turnout. So we got all right around $15,000 that we were able to use. That's going to go to supporting our kids, supporting our teachers, and making sure that we're still able to do a lot of things that we count on so much here at Meramec. So we also had a competition. We've been trying to see which grade level had the highest rates of participation of the percentages of families that have donated. I did announce our winners this morning, so the kids do know that our winning grade level was fourth grade. Fourth grade had the highest amount of families that had participated. So thank you again to everybody for participating. We know, like I said, it's going to continue to keep some of these great things happening here at Meramec. So thank you. And finally, I just want to give a quick update on it's the first week of October. A few things that will be taking place. Conferences are going to be just around the corner. So one of the things that comes around conference time is we do have school schedule will change just a little bit to accommodate some of those pieces. So the first date will be next Friday, 1 week from today. There is no school, and that is a conference prep day. So that's so the teachers can get everything ready with all the conferences that then take place the next week. Conferences, you should have already heard from your teachers and got all those things signed up. So you should have already had the signups to make sure you're able to get the conferences set up for that week after that. And then there'll be an early release day on that Thursday of conferences. And then no school again that Friday. So that's like that following week, that week of conferences, we'll send out some more reminders, but there will be an early dismissal. And then no day that week of conferences. So the next 2 Fridays after there will be no school. So just want to make sure we're putting that on everybody's radar as well. And then we also have a kindergarten performance coming up. They get to wear their Halloween costumes, dress up, and come in and sing. It's always a highlight of the year, seeing all the kindergartners in their costumes singing. This year, like I said, we will be communicating exactly what that will look like. There's a decent chance that will be we might be outside, we might be in some different locations as we're trying to figure out exactly what to do without the gym for that kindergarten performance. And then at the end of the month is Halloween. So you'll be getting a lot of information about Halloween as we still have the Halloween parade. We will have all of those things taking place coming up that last day of October. So all right, it's a long message today. A lot of things I wanted to make sure we got to everybody. So hopefully you've been able to stick with me the full time. But I'm going to end now. But hopefully you guys have a great Friday, have a wonderful weekend, and we look forward to seeing everybody on Monday.